I started touring about 13 years old and played around in different bands till I was up to about 17 and signed on to Tooth and Nail Records out of Seattle for 2-3 years and moved out to Atlanta after that to start writing alone.
My name is Lucas Fuentes. I'm from, we'll say here, I'm from Atlanta. Yeah, Dad was in the Navy, so moved around a lot, but I'm from Atlanta. So.
Yeah, pick, buddy? Yep.
My name is William Knox. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
Bohemian kind of sounds a little like Vagabond, I guess, and unconventional, wild horse, an awful lot of stuff piled up into one. Train spotting, I don't know. Bohemian's a bit different. It's got that weird metal clang to it, something you don't find in conventional wooden guitars or any other kind of hollow body. It's definitely something special, I guess. It's not something that's been around for some time. There have been a lot of trials and errors with, you know, homeboys trying to make something along the likes at home for a long time, and I think it's cool that someone's eventually figured it out and can follow up with that sound that everyone's been trying to come across, and I think Bohemian catches that.
I think the word Bohemian is probably thrown around a lot now. It probably, to me, I think it means more like a hipster beatnik, like the new school beatnik sort of a thing. I guess beatnik's kind of an old word as well, but yeah, it's I think, yeah, I'm happy with hippie beatnik. That sounds good to me.
Seriously? Bohemian to me just means like free spirit, doing whatever you want in life. It also means Prague, Czech Republic, and Gothic architecture.
I don't know what I can compare it to. I usually play in an open D, so it's that noisier, natural tone to it. You know, something you don't really have to manipulate, and different things that kind of comes with it, which is nice. I found them on that Kickstarter back in February, so I just got my first one in. Had it for maybe about a month or two now, and kind of haven't put it down since. I love it. I like it a lot. I kind of want to get out of this chair and go play it again.
It sounded...
It's definitely got a twang to it, so I like a resonator, you know? Similar.
Yeah, I like the way it sounded. It reminded me of a resonator, you know, with the metal speaker cone in there. I think the way it sounded was honky-tonky, which is, you know, a good thing coming from a tin instrument, but not to delve into the banjo side of things. You know, it wasn't like that kind of twangy backcountry thing. It sounded good. It sounded bluesy.
Overall, I thought playing that guitar the first time was more just like playing a regular guitar than I thought it would be. I thought it would sound kind of artificial or sound like, you know, homemade, but it actually had a pretty real guitar sound to it, or, you know, like a steely sound.
My musical interests have been Ty Segall and Black Rebel Motorcycle Club, and you know, I think they would fall in love with it.
My musical inspiration, like I said, I came from punk rock background, but started playing drums in middle school for the middle school band, and then I got into high school, and being in the band wasn't cool anymore, so I joined a punk band, which was really cool. From there, I got into the blues, and do I think that they'd appreciate it? Yeah, for sure. Are you kidding me? If Sex Pistols could play a guitar made out of an oil can, they'd try not to cuss. Yeah, they'd play it. They would play it, yeah.
I guess my biggest inspiration musically is Jimi Hendrix, and I think he would appreciate it just because he would love the, you know, unique quality of the guitar, the non-traditional style and everything. I feel like that would be appealing to him.
No, no, not at all. It's in a class all of its own. Shape's weird. It's great. It's the first like truly just neck heavy guitar, and that gives a lot more play into your left or right hand depending on what you're doing. But it lets you fight with forming chords, and it also puts a lot of interest on what you're playing. So it's fun to fight with the weight. It's nice that it is so light on the bottom.
I've seen smaller guitars. I've seen smaller 3-string guitars, but nothing 6-string quite like that. No.
The shape really didn't bother me at all. It was actually pretty comfortable. It was kind of nice having sort of a short end piece that you could kind of get your hand around. But overall, it just felt like a normal guitar. I guess the depth was more like an acoustic thickness, but I just felt like I was playing an electric guitar.
Yeah, I did. I think that was first off. I noticed I had access to the higher frets when I noticed that I could pull above 12, pull above 14, and I could keep going up. And that's another thing that's really interesting about the shape of the body and the can, is that you have full range on your neck, which is very rare in some modern guitars now.
The shape of the guitar was small. It's slender, you know. I mean, not this way, but or not this way, but this way. It's a lot smaller than a normal guitar would be. Smaller than a banjo, smaller than an acoustic, smaller than an electric, obviously. But it fit well, you know. Surprisingly, I didn't think it would hold, you know, snug, but it fit in there, and it yeah, felt good.
It's really not like any guitar that I own. Most of my guitars are just, you know, electrics, Strats, Les Pauls, and stuff like that. They're a lot thinner shape, so it's kind of fun playing something thick-bodied. It's fun playing a guitar where you have access to higher frets, because then you can, you know, get into a higher range when you're soloing and stuff like that. You can play more octaves that way, so that's kind of cool.
There's this, I think it's called Spigma or something like that. It's a bluegrass festival in Nashville, Tennessee, and I saw some guy up with it was like a wash tub bass, and it sounded like hell, I guess, if you can say that on TV. No, I think, like I said earlier too, that they finally figured this out with Bohemian, and
No, you can't really compare it. It's on a whole different level. I mean, it just the way it holds, the way it plays, the sound of it in general is pretty unique. And, yeah. I liked it a lot. I wish I could have messed around with it with a slide. Yeah.